Hello, my name is Pietro, and welcome to the Madagascar Escape to Africa 100% Wii tutorial. So I will start with a big disclaimer. This category is really bad. So the Wii version has a specific skip that lets you skip sections of levels and save lots of time over other versions, but it's also really inconsistent, even with the timings and the strats I'm gonna show you. Just gonna show you some that make it more viable if you really wanna try this, but I wouldn't suggest doing that. So you can run of course on the Wii without this skip, but in that case check out the other tutorial, the PC, PS3 and Xbox 360 tutorial. The tutorial will also work for Wii if you're not gonna do this skip, so I would suggest just looking at that if you don't care about getting competitive times in the Wii category. So with that out of the way, we are gonna start a new game, and immediately you're gonna see what it's about. So put your Wiimote away and just use your D-pad on the Wii and start doing this. And you need to do this in Madagascar for about 26 seconds. This is the timing that makes it most consistent to skip the most checkpoints. So like do this specific pattern I'm doing on my controller, as you can see, just don't move it totally randomly, kind of do what I'm doing right here. And time starts when you select begin story. So if you're really lucky here, you could spawn at the very last checkpoint of the level, which is the soccer one. Or if you're not that lucky, you're gonna spawn somewhere else.
You're quite good, Mr. Mark.
Okay, so this is the best checkpoint you can get. And you can hold A during the cutscene in order to make it spawn you faster. And to the strat here, the easiest strat, let's say, is to tackle Julian as soon as you spawn in. So then you get the ball and you can do all the 3 goals like this. So tackle Julian, get the ball and do this. And that's, let's say, a bit slower strat. The pro strat instead is to use the massive sprint to immediately steal the ball from Julian without having to tackle him, which saves about 2 seconds per goal. And just like that, we completed in Madagascar. Of course, you're gonna have to reset a lot until you get this checkpoint. Or you could also just, of course, continue when you get a worse checkpoint. In case you wanna see the rest of the level, you can check out the PC, PS3 and Xbox 360 tutorial, where I show off, of course, the rest of the level, but this is the best scenario you can get on Wii, so I'm just gonna show that.
Alright.
So here in Prepare to Launch. In Prepare to Launch, skip all these cutscenes until you get here, and exit story and get ready to skip this entire level. So here you have to do it for about 13 seconds. That's the most consistent way, but of course, as I said, should also not be consistent. Yeah, do this for about 13 seconds. Then continue story. And if you're really lucky, the best checkpoint to get here is to go straight to the up-to-the plane loading screen. And there we go. We got to up-to-the plane. So of course, you gotta try this a few times before getting it, unless you're really lucky. So up-to-the plane. For some reason, this level you can't skip. If you do exit story and do all the movement and stuff, no matter what timing you do, you're never gonna skip anything in this level. Or at least we were never able to find a way to do so. So right now I'm just gonna show you the PC tutorial on how to do this level, since you gotta complete it normally. So yeah, this is what you gotta do. Here we are in up-to-the plane, we are back as playing as Alex. So the main strat here is to just follow the rivets and follow the path. There is a slightly faster strat, about 3 seconds faster if you get it perfectly, that I'm gonna show you in just a second, but no one really does it, but I'm just gonna show you in case you wanna try it. Here, after that vine, just press A as soon as possible and do a little double jump like here. Here, do another double jump, ledge grab. And trigger the cutscene. Now the strat I was telling about instead of taking a path, we go over here, about this spot, And if you're lucky, sometimes you go down and you die, you get teleported over here, you get upward. And now to get out of this place, you need to ledge grab over here, like that. And now you can't just keep going like that, because otherwise the cutscene won't trigger, but you have to go back at about here to trigger a checkpoint. So once you did that, then you can follow the path here and get to the cutscene here. So this takes about 2 or 3 seconds if done really optimally, but I wouldn't recommend it. If you wanna try it, you're free to do so, but I would recommend just following the path. So here we press A, and the strat for on the balance beams is really just, you can see the input display. It's not that hard, just do this kind of movement I'm doing. So once we're here, we trigger Julian. Well, here not much to say, just look at the buttons that are appearing on the screen and try to press them as fast as you possibly can.
That is some fancy schmancy knot tying right there, is what that is.
Now start holding up left, but not so much up left, just a little to the left, as you can see the input display, and start spamming A to fall out of bounds as soon as possible. Then spam double jump like this, and you can get a really early cycle on these moving platforms. It's pretty hard to do. If you don't get the cycle, that's just fine, but the main purpose is just to die, to then respawn over there and go on the platforms. So we get to the second Julian path. And we're gonna do the same exact thing. And that's it for the Alex section of this level. Now in the Melman section here, just do the movement, just press X to spin when you wanna get somewhere, and just look at the direction of the rivet you wanna headbash and spam Y. Like once you do this a few times, you'll be able to master it. You can look at the input display to see kind of what I mean. Just aim with your stick at the rivet you wanna hit and spam Y. So this one is also kind of hard because sometimes Melman can just randomly troll, yeah, like he did now. See what he's doing? He likes to do this sometimes. Like I'm holding one direction, he doesn't care. So that's kind of annoying. But the main strat is to do that. And that's the Melman section. Now here, for this section here, with the targets, you just gotta get the feeling for it. It's like the Melman balloon section in Madagascar. So you can see about how much I'm doing here to throw, how much power I'm using. But yeah, you just gotta get the feeling for it really. Just like this. And same thing for the moving one. Here you can kind of do the order you want. I don't think the order really matters as long as you know what you're doing. But I usually do this order if you wanna perfectly replicate it. And just like that. Now here, still no real strats. Just get the peppers. Like this. And once you get here, spam the A button and do this 3 times. And that's up to the plane. So here we are now in Welcome to Africa. And we are back to skipping. Sorry I had to make you actually play the game. Now we are back to pure slop. So skip the cutscene here. And then exit story. And you want to do this for 24 seconds now. And Welcome to Africa, tip 1, if you get the best checkpoint, it saves a lot of time. So, well, it's up to you obviously. If you wanna grind for the KD checkpoint, or you'll be fine with whichever other one you get. But yeah, it's more consistent to get the really good one with 24 seconds. So if you get this checkpoint, go back and quit to the watering hole, and that's the best checkpoint you can get. If you get any other checkpoint, either look at the any percent PC tutorial or keep playing through it, or you can also try to skip more until you get to the good checkpoint. So now we are in the watering hole, and what we wanna do is not quit out and skip stuff, but we wanna do to fix the plane first. So here we're gonna perform the time skip. And now I'm gonna show you apart from the PC tutorial on how to do this skip. So here, in order to do this skip, you can see there is this cutscene over here, which doesn't let you go over there. But you can aim for this thing over here. You can double jump on it, and you can either do this looking this way. Once you're on top of here, double jump again, and you make it past the trigger. So that's the one camera setup that most people use, but personally I prefer to just trigger the cutscene like that, so you get put in this place right here, and then you can time your double jump like this, and that makes it much easier, at least for me. So you can try both of those. So once we're here, just keep going, and we skipped the entire penguin levels. Alright, so once we are in fixed plane, we are now in the level which will leave you to the final level normally. Like normally, to unlock the final level, you will need to, well, play through this level, through all the sections of this level, and have collected 60 monkeys around the entire game. But you can skip that requirement by checkpoint skipping. You can get a state of this level in which the level thinks that you already collected 60 monkeys, and you'll be able to go to the final level with 0 monkeys. So, we're just gonna exit story, and we're gonna do the skip for 30 seconds instead. So for this one, you wanna go slightly faster while moving the stick. As you can see, I'm moving at a slightly faster pace, and you want to do this for 30 seconds. Of course, for all these skips, in case you don't have a timer, you can also use an audio cue. You can listen to the music to when to know when the timer is over, and you can press continue story. Of course, it's your choice if you prefer having a timer or listening to the music. Okay, so if you see that in the background, the rock where Melman goes in the level is down there, then that means that this could be the good checkpoint. To actually make sure, go here and perfect. If you see that there is an arrow on the top of the monkeys, that means you got the good checkpoint. And so we can go and start the final level, then Buster. And then Buster, so immediately want to quit, don't skip the cutscenes. And you wanna do the skip for 27 seconds. This one, you wanna do it slower, like in a normal way, not like in the play. So, once you get the cutscene, the time stops. And yeah, if you got this cutscene, it is of course the best checkpoint to get, and the run is over. In case you didn't get this checkpoint and you got another checkpoint, you can either try again or just play through the level normally. If you wanna play through the level normally, you can of course look at the PC tutorial. It's a pretty short level, so if you don't get it first try, it also seems much more inconsistent to be able to get this cutscene, so I would suggest try it once. If you don't get it first try, you can just play through the level normally. So yeah, this was the fastest route and my advices for timing and stuff on how to do the skip here in any percent on Wii. So again, I don't suggest running this category. It is just the fastest way to beat the game on Wii with this very crazy, insane and inconsistent skip. So I would suggest, as I said, just if you wanna run on Wii, you can do that, but follow the any percent PC tutorial, which is the same if you don't do the skip. But if you wanna do the skip and you're great enough to do it, then fair enough, and you can follow this tutorial. And thank you for watching, and fuck Wii.